Guys, what's up? Watching a little boat yell. Y'all saw the little bash video, man. I really wanted to go out to that bash shot. I had everything all planned out, man, and I get over there and the whole place is locked up, man. Thought about going through the fence, but I don't want to get in trouble over this. So anyway, we had a little bash session here. The LRP 32 is pretty badass, man. The RCR modded. It's good to go. It does have a milled Novorossi carburetor on it. So what I want to do is, I haven't done one in a while. I'm gonna walk y'all through with me step by step how I clean this filthy monster. So you can see it's very dirty. You can also see that I broke the wing. It's actually not broken. The screws just pulled out. And this isn't a brand. That was one of the things that I didn't replace on this when I did the upgrade, was the wing and the wing mount. Or maybe the wing mount's new, but the wing's not. Yeah, the wing mount is brand new, but the wing is not. So I need to work on my shocks a little bit, I think. I mean, they're good. Definitely good, man, and plush. But I need to work on my ride height a little bit, because I think maybe I was slapping the ground over there. I see a lot of people when you're putting your pipes on, when you're installing these pipes, guys, make sure everything is sealed good. See how it's right up against it right here? I see so many times and guys have this like way down here and the pipe coming up. Well, the pipe needs to be able to breathe, and it also needs to be able to expel the burned spent oil out of here. So if you have the pipe at an angle like this, and the oil is not going to be able to run up, you need to have it to where the front part of the pipe is down just a little bit. Make it at kind of a slope, but make sure, and sometimes you got to work with it, man. I actually custom made this pipe hanger. It's got a bend in it here. It's not the best material, but it worked. I put it through hell today and it worked. So the first thing I do, guys, but anyway, so just make sure all your seals are good. Make sure everything is good and tight. I usually use 2 exhaust header springs on it just to make sure we're good to go and good and tight. But see how everything is, that gasket's pushing out a little bit, but see how everything is nice and butted up to each other, and the same thing here. You always want to have a good seal on these things, guys. So alright, and make sure it's kind of at a downslope so you expel that spent oil in the fuel. So she's filthy, man, but she held up good, and the diffs are on point. We are running 60K in the rear, 60 in the front, and 100 in the center. So this is the first time I've run anything other than 100K. I think maybe once before I did 60. I don't remember. I might even have done 100 in the front and rear. But 60 is what I'm using now, and 100 in the center. So everything is dirty, man. My filter, everything. So we're going to break this thing down. I'm going to show y'all how I do it. I want to fix this wing, but not even, I mean, I could get a couple of screws and fix this wing right now. But I don't work on my platforms looking like this. We're going to clean it first. So stand by for a few minutes and we'll get started, man. I'll run through it real quick, guys. Alright, see y'all in a minute. Alright, guys. Oh, who's that on my flat screen TV? LRP is badass. So is the Techno. I still haven't really pinned it because it's still kind of in a break-in process. So the idle could be off a little erratic until it really seats the piston and sleeve. So anyway, let me turn that badass Woogie Nitro down a little bit. I don't know why that power director thing's on. I pay for this app unless I had to change my credit card. Damn, I almost hit the pole. I had to change my credit card, and but it was the same number and everything, just different code. I don't know. I know it was coming up due. I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't like having that power director thing on there. I pay those people, but it's cheap. It's like $13 every 4 months. Okay guys, so the first thing you do cleaning your whip is change your shoes. Don't ruin your shoes because they're gonna get wet. So let me put these old Vans on. Man, they're still wet from the last time. Or they feel wet. Okay, shoes changed. Alright, so already busted loose the nut. So the first thing you do, guys, when you get it back after it cools down is use your compressor or some compressed air. Blow the dirt out of here. Get this clean before you pop the glow plug. Wait till it cools down. Do your after run. You guys know that I use AMSOIL MP, half MP and half AMSOIL Air Tool oil. That's going to be that's my favorite after run oil. These two products together right here, that is the best of the best for protection. And I do have some AMSOIL Severe Gear and Air Tool oil for my bearings. So after you do your after run, and when you do your after run, make sure you, that was kind of a short video, wasn't it? Make sure that you empty your fuel tank, disconnect your fuel lines. Can y'all see? Disconnect your fuel lines, guys, or else it's going to pull any residual fuel back into the tank, back into the engine. So first bump, you're going to do it with open throttle, no after run. After you disconnect your fuel lines, get any residual fuel out of there. And then what you want to do on your after run is I put about 4 drops of my after run in it, and then I use a paper towel here, hit it. I do that 3 times. Sometimes I'll put it in the carburetor, sometimes I won't, but the effects of the metal protector can mess up any O-rings and things in there, so I don't always do the carburetor. But after that, guys, what I first thing I do is I pull all my tires off. I already took the wheel nuts off of those, and then I actually put these wheel nuts back on so they can get cleaned as well. Where'd it go? Go back. God, I'm getting old. Alright, so wheel nuts back on. Now I may speed up some portions of this because I don't want it to be boring as hell. Get all your beautiful Badlands off. I find it easier, that's tight, to do this on the ground or a table so you can get a good bite. So I also see that a lot of people are putting out some tech videos now, man. That's good. That's going to be good for the hobby. All you OG guys, you racers, you guys that know what the hell's going on. I don't really want to put out tech videos because I'm not always, I mean, actually I'm doing one right now, but I'm not always the OG like a lot of these other guys, Family Affair and Corey and David RC. I like the keep it simple video. That was good, Eddie. Alright, so after that, guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my tank out. I use my bits right here. Hopefully you guys can see everything that I'm doing. Hopefully y'all are on. Yeah, we are. Just making sure. Don't worry about my bald head. I use my hat when I'm out running and filming bashing, but when I'm doing stuff like this and it points down, I'm afraid it'll hit the bit. So I don't remember what size I had in here. Okay, so I just take my drillio, screws out of the tank. And for some reason, I don't know why, I'm using a 3mm in this one. Maybe that post is wore out. And I could use my DDM tools for the 3, but I need to get a I don't know if they make a 3-speed bit or not. Alright guys, so tank's out. And what I normally do is I'll take one of the screws and I'll just cap off the lines. Like that, so we don't get any water in there. Okay, so we got our tires. Let's take our tires, our tank, our body, take all this. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do, guys, is put these other wheel nuts on. God, I'm dropping everything. We can run through this pretty quick, just so you guys get the idea. For you newbies, I'm going to show y'all. This is something that I 100% learned the Disassembly way to clean your whip. Undo your pipe. Okay, like so. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and pull this engine out real quick. I'm going to show you all a little trick how I do this so you don't strip. Make sure you undo your linkage. And I've already done my after run, so I get the MIP 2.5 in there, and I use Traxxas engine mount screws. Tap it in a little bit and then break it loose. And I always use Loctite, guys. Okay, crisscross pattern. Get them all loose first. Tap it in. And find if you do things over and over the same way, then you don't strip these screws out, you know. Hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing. And I just loosen them. Everybody's doing tech tips. This is my tech tip. How to clean your whip. Okay, and then I'm going to take my Drillio, put the bit right on the end, get it in the hole. Come on, girl. What the hell? They're tight because it's the first time I ever used the. Just put a little pressure so you don't strip it. And most guys are going to use a smaller electric screwdriver. And just be careful that you don't damage your beautiful head on your engine. Okay. There we go, our engine's off. So the next thing I do is to go ahead and pull these engine mount screws out and just screw them back into the motor mount so you don't lose them. Just like so. I tend to use Loctite on everything, guys. I use Loctite on my bell. When I install my Losi clutch, I use all Losi parts. When I do my clutch, I do use Max Life shoes, but I use Losi Gold Springs, and I also use the Max Life. But those Max Life, guys, are specific. You can get them specific to your whip. So if you have a TLR, or you have a Techno or something like that, Techno Bell, I have them for that. Spray everything off. I'm going to spray this motor saver off real good. I just did this filter, so I may not have to clean it. Just spray it off real good. Get all the dirt off. And I didn't do it, I forgot, but I do suggest that you cap this off, guys. But I want to get all this dirt off of here before I take the filter off. So nothing gets in the car. Alright. So next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and pull this filter off, and we may go ahead and clean this, I'm not sure. So once you take your filter off, guys, but the compressor does a good job, man, of getting the residual off. If you did your filter right, and you know I use either Klotz or Motul for my foam filters, but immediately once you take that filter off, guys, go ahead and cap that bad boy off, okay? Cap her off, and cap off your, I'm just going to use this one. Cap off your needle inlet nipple, okay? So let's set that aside for a minute. I'm not done with this. I'll actually spray this off again with some brake cleaner and get it real clean, and then hit it with the compressor again, and then I'll open this like that, the slide, and I'll hit this whole thing with silicone spray. Okay, yep, I will hit my engine with silicone spray. You better believe it. Alright, guys, so I was watching the video with Family Affair and Nitro Freak about the Venturis. So I know you were talking about the 21s. I use the 7 in my Bonito. That's the one I have in the Bonito, is the 7. But this one was a 6.0 for my Pico, and this was the one for the 21, and I drilled this out to a 9. But yes, you have to have a constant flow down into the carb. You don't want any ledge for that to stop that flow of air coming in there. So the less distortion you have going into your carburetor, the more constant it's going to be. This is brand new, people. But yeah, listen to those guys, man. They even if you don't think they know what they're doing, they kind of do, because they're researching it, at least, you know. So they're researching this stuff, and they're getting the proper information for us. So listen to those guys, watch the good videos, and learn something the right way. Okay, so next, where are we at next? Alright, we've done that. So next thing I need to do is switch over to the 2.0. I really should have my glasses on, but oh well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and release the brake assembly from the throttle servo arm. But I'm going to use the right one. It's a 2.5. So just grab the lock nut, undo that, and then I'll just take this off. And always put all your bits and pieces, you know, in one place. Usually I use a magnetic bowl, but they're occupied right now. Okay, so I take care of that, right? And then we're going to move over here, and I know this one's a 2.0. I don't know why that one's a 2.5. And we're going to undo our steering linkage from the bell crank itself. Just undo the screw. Take the linkage off. Did I lose my nut? Did I lose my nut? My washer. No, it's in there. So what I'll do, guys, is I'll just put that back in there so I don't lose it. Can't see. Can't see. Come on. And be careful because it'll push that lock nut out of that little crevice. Alright, so we got everything undone. That way I don't mess with my servos, their positioning, nothing like that. Then what we're going to do, guys, we're going to flip this bad boy over. Whoop, like that. Okay. And we're going to switch to the 2.5. And we're going to undo our radio tray. I lost a screw too today. I always forget which one it is. Alright. Gather up all your screws. Put them in one place. And there you go. There you got your radio tray, guys. Always take your electronics out, man. Cool? Alright, so we're going to come back to this in a minute. I'm going to show you how I clean that. We'll get back to it. Let's get our simple grain. Let's put a little more in there. Whew. 75-25, guys, but we're just going to add some straight. Don't throw your bottles away, man, because they help. Alright, so that. Then we're going to take our whip, our platform out here. And what we're going to do before we hit it with the spray, guys, we're going to spray it off. We're going to hit it with the compressor to get some of this residual off of here before we go to town. So just hit it. Clean the bearings especially. You know we got that good fast steady grease in these diff cups, which helps to keep moisture from getting in the diffs themselves. Alright, let's turn that compressor back on. I had it off so you guys could hear me. Hopefully I'm running through this quick enough, guys. I apologize for the short video today, guys, but things didn't turn out the way I wanted them to. But we'll get a good one here pretty soon. Alright, so just hit the whole thing, man, really good with simple green. In fact, let me move it over here in the shade, because this stuff is going to clean really fast. I don't want to tear up that chassis too much right away. So just hit the whole thing, man, everywhere, guys. Get all in those bearings. This is all brand new, man. We want it to be clean. Get all up in that gear, that center diff. Get underneath your top chassis. The bearings. Okay. Let's get the bottom real good. And that screw caught something. Oh, the screw is backing out. That's what it is. Alright, alright. You know, you put a brand new whip together, man, you're going to find some things that you're going to have to go over. That's a given, man. Okay, so what I normally do is I'll go ahead and put it on the wing side, if it'll stay, because the wing's broke. That way the water's not settling down in here when you wash it off underneath all your steering setup and all that. Just get it really good, guys. Alright, your tank's capped off. I usually hold the lid right there so nothing gets in there. Spray that tank really good. Let's hit this beautiful body. This one, all my bodies, man, are shoe good from hell. Okay, and we're going to hit our Badlands. I'm running out of juice. Get your Badlands real good. Since I did such a short bash video, I thought I would give y'all a little something here. Since everybody's giving tech tips, I give one too. How to wash your whip. Compliments of Mr. Bodigel. Just the main thing, guys, take your electronics out, man. A surefire way to kill a servo is to douse it in water. Alright, let's let that sit for a minute, guys. And let me show you how I'm going to do my radio tray. I'm going to have to fill that back up. Alright, so let's grab our radio tray. Still got the battery in there. It is a Lifey though. Alright, y'all see alright? Alright, so just hit it with the compressor. I'm going to tell you people, the compressor is going to save your RC ass. If you don't have one, get one. Harbor Freight, I think I paid $140 for the one in there. And it's not the smallest one. It's like the mid-level. Even the bigger ones are not that expensive over there. You can see the metallic spray from the silver when I did my daughter's E-Revo. Alright guys, so there you go. Look, clean. But I'm still going to wipe it down. I'm going to put some, I'm still going to wipe it down. I'm going to put some Simple Green on a clean towel. And I'm going to wipe the whole thing down. And then you're going to see what I'm going to do with it after that. Alright, so now what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to hit this. We got to do it because the sun is going to dry up this Simple Green. So let's do these tires first. Ooh, that water's hot. Okay, one. See now why you change your tennis shoes? You don't want to be walking around in squeaky wet shoes. Simple Green is good stuff, guys. Alright, body. Grab it from the bottom. Normally you don't have to scrub it or anything. Any of these parts. Just hit them with the hose. Really good. Tank, again, hold the lid shut. Hit it. Look at that, like brand new, man. Alright, and then the body. I mean, not the body, the freaking chassis. Hit it. Get the bearings. You put enough grease in your diff, it should be fine. Spray the whole thing really good, man. Get all up under there, under the gear. Put it up here. And get water on here. Sorry about that. Flip her over. The bottom real good. Those shocks. And then what I do, when you flip it over once, go ahead and flip it over again, because some of that dirty water will roll back on it. Don't be afraid to rinse this thing down good, guys. Okay. And then I usually give it a little fling. Like so. And she's gonna go right here for a little bit. Now the body. I'm gonna take the body over here. I'm just gonna hit it with the compressor. Like going through the car wash. Alright, that's that. Let's put this here. And then what I'll do with the body, guys, so I'll go ahead and just wipe it down real quick. Because when I first painted this, we protected it with you know, a clear coat, so it usually stays pretty good, man. Just wipe down the winders, the inside a little bit. Beaut. Let's put her somewhere. Oh, those are too big. Let's put her here. There we go. Just hang her up. This is what I'm using now. It's called Insta-Shine. You can find it at O'Reilly's, guys. Insta-Shine, use on vinyl, body moldings, engine compartments, air conditioning ducts, polycarbonate surfaces. Alright, guys, so what we're going to do is turn this back on real quick. Boom. Get a little drink. I drink lemon water, guys. It's all I drink all day. Water and real lemon juice. Ice cold. Sometimes I put a little salt, like I'm having a virgin margarita. We are in Texas. Right, guys, so drying pretty quick. Spray those bearings real good. This is where it pays to have the compressor, guys. Backside. And don't worry, we're going to protect this, man. None of my whips, none of my screws, nothing ever rust, man. If you protect it. You can even see right down in there, the fast eddy grease squeezing out where I connected the two diff cups together. Alright guys, so now what we're going to do, check it out. So now, where's my other oil? Oh man, I have a lot in here. Okay, let me put this one in here. This. Okay, so what this is, guys, this stuff that I use for my bearings is AMSOIL, Severe Gear, and Air Tool oil. That's what I use for my bearings. So what I'm going to do, guys, is we're going to take this in here like this. Okay, hopefully y'all can see. Alright, so I'm going to set it on its side like that, and I'm just going to hit all the bearings, man. Get all up in there. It'll get in there. That's why you need these things with the needle. Get the inners and the outers, okay? It'll get in there. Okay, this one's a little harder to get. That's why you need the needle. Okay, get your rear diff, like so. Okay, then I flip it over and repeat into hole. Okay, just like that. Ooh, come back. These fronts, I don't think I got the other front. Like that. Get the rear. Just flip it over and get the other front. I don't think I got it. Alright, so once that's done, guys, just go ahead and give it a little twirl. Get everything worked in there good. Don't lose your wheel nuts. Don't lose your nuts, people. Then, what I do is I use this. This is not good for bearings, but it's good for the diff cups themselves. So I'll hit all the diff cups, just like that. Make sure we're not going to get no corrosion. Like that. That. Okay. Alright. Then again, look at that. Smooth, baby, smooth. Alright, so the next step, guys, is my favorite step of all. Take this bad boy out here. Again, I do it on the wing side. Let's move these tires over here. And then we're going to hit this whole thing right here with silicone spray. A lot of guys have been asking me, how do you keep your whip so clean and shiny? Get in the bearing area. There you go. Hit this whole chingadero, guys. Brother-in-law Gary, shout out Gary. Just like a little baby, eats and sleeps. I think he works too though. He's a cool cat. I've known him for 35 years. I knew my wife. This is my second wife, and I've known her pretty much all my adult life, even when I was married to my ex-wife. So get it real good with the silicone spray, guys. Never had any rust issues whatsoever. The main thing is get in there with them bearings with the oil, you know. So we're gonna put that there. We're gonna let Mother Nature dry it, and it will dry fairly fast out here in the sun. Then we're gonna go ahead and hit these tires just like so. Hope this video isn't too long, guys, but I wanted to do my part in the tip tech area. It's hard to say. Tip tech area. Boom. Okay. So there we go. No need to put it, well, I mean, you can put it on the tank. Help repel any type of dirt and stuff. Don't be afraid to use this stuff, guys. Douse it. A lot of times I'll use half a can, man. Boom! There you go. So the next thing we do, guys, is we're gonna leave our compressor out, but let me show you what I do with my electronics box, and then I'll let you cats go, man. So little bit, if I can get it out of there, come on, get on there. There we go. Don't need much. Just take your electronics box, just wipe it down with the simple green on a rag, so get everywhere like that. Yeah. There we go. Nice and clean. It pays to clean your whip, guys. Sometimes it's a real pain in the rear, man, but if you want your stuff to look good, and you spend a lot of money on it, you know I bash the hell out of my stuff, man, so I have an obligation to clean it. Alright, and yes, guys, I'm taking my electronics tray out here, and we're going to go ahead and hit it as well. So bottom real good, just like that, man. And she's going to dry. Beautiful. Alright, guys, so that's it. That's how I clean my whip. Then once everything is dry, I'll put her back together. And you don't have to do the extra step on your engine, but I like to, because I want my stuff to look really good, man. I'll even every couple of runs I'll pull my pipes off and I'll go ahead and polish those up with you know what I use, Blue Magic right there, baby. Other than that, guys, I think that's going to be about it. Remember, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I think that's the fastest I've cleaned one of my whips in a long time, man. But she's clean, she's good. Once it dries up, then we're going to fix that rear wing, and we'll put her back together. I may or may not put the LRP back in. If I don't, I'll pull the exhaust off, polish the exhaust, cap the rear, throw it up here in the Muffy stand, and choose one of these other badass engines. I may even put the modified RCR Bonito in the truggy next. We'll see. It's possible. And we are going to get to breaking in that Paloma real quick here. A lot of good things coming on the channel, guys. We're still kicking around another platform. I did get the Fast Lane dog bones installed. Looking good. Got the new boots on. Got the Fast Eddie grease up in there. She's good to go, man. So, a lot of good things coming, guys. And hopefully, I'm still trying to search and destroy for a good bash spot. That one that I went to, I literally drove 45 miles to Bernie, from Canyon Lake to Bernie. Those of you in San Antonio, I went out to Bernie where the Wayland University and the Bernie High School is, and all that are some really big jumps, some construction areas. with probably about 40 foot jumps, man, like super far up, but had other ledges on the other side where you could jump to the other side. It was just really cool, man. It kind of was a bummer, man. I got up early, 6:30 this morning, to go out there, man. It was just a bust. So alright guys, that's going to be about it. Hopefully y'all got all that, and remember, treat people the way you want to be treated. And shout out Corey, TTR Racing, man, and you know why. Treat people the way you want to be treated, right, brother? Alright, man, we'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace.